So I went to D23 Expo, which is this thing Disney does every 2 years to announce new things to their shareholders and now to fans in kind of a Comic-Con context. And I didn't learn anything. I literally missed almost every announcement. I don't even know what month Maleficent 2 comes out. I had a press pass, but kind of like at Star Wars Celebration, that really only gets you in the door. Unless you know the right person to email, you don't get into any of the panels unless you want to camp overnight, which I did not. Unlike Star Wars Celebration, they do tell you who to email, so you can try. But then when you email them, they just email you back like, no. You kind of have to make your own fun at these things, which fortunately I'm very good at. Let's go hunt some ghosts. Yeah. Ew, don't touch it.
Let's open it. It's near your face. It's trying to kiss you.
You found a ghost boyfriend.
No, Jenny, no. Oh no.
I just kind of made small talk the whole time with everybody because like here the subject of the small talk was theme parks, which I can talk about forever. And they had all these old ride vehicles parked around for me to gawk at and exclusive merch and yeah, that was kind of it. So my point is I had a good time, but I learned nothing. And while I was having a good time, Disney was meanwhile flooding my email inbox with updates and like Cliff Notes versions of the panels that I didn't get into, which that seems a bit weird, right? Like they don't want me at the panel, but they do kind of want me to like read a 20-page essay about the panel and then promote their movies on Twitter. I understand homework when I see it. You're not even paying me. But you know who does pay me is Google AdSense when I make YouTube videos. And I wasn't even checking my phone because I was looking at old attraction vehicles. So for as little as I know about any of these announcements, I might as well be on the moon. So I thought it would be fun to crack into this long backlog of D23 emails to educate you, educate myself, and decide how much we care about any of this. And to illustrate how cool and fun and casual we're keeping it, I've popped up a bowl of hot popped corn, which ordinarily I would never do when I'm making a video. All right, my first email is announcing a docu-series for Disney Plus called One Day at Disney. I already heard about this on Twitter. This is basically a fluff piece about how important Disney's employees are, which is questionably timed given that there's been a lot of discourse recently about Disney not paying them enough. Like, okay, that's a nice gesture, but my family can't eat docu-series, Disney. I'm going to guess that you all care about this like 1 out of 10. Most of the response I've seen to it has been negative, and the rest of the response I've seen has been total indifference. Personally, I care about this like 8 out of 10 because I used to work at Disneyland, so like I do kind of find it exciting. And also they showed a clip of a guy painting one of the Jungle Cruise animatronic rhinos, and like I love animatronics, I love behind the scenes stuff about theme parks, so like yeah, they've got me. I don't care if it's propaganda, I know I'm gonna watch it anyway. The next email is literally just a high-res image of Robert Downey Jr. and a link offering me a download of it. I would say I care like 3 out of 10 about this. I've seen pictures of this man before, so this doesn't offer much new. Next email, Disney Plus announces 6 new titles. I'm stoked for this because I have no idea what these are going to be. New Marvel Studios series, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight. What is Moon Knight? New Lizzie McGuire series starring Hilary Duff, and the Muppets short form series. Okay, let's take these one at a time. I have no real opinion of the Marvel series. I don't really like TV series, so I already know I'm not going to watch any of these. So I'll give this a 0 out of 10, maybe a 1 out of 10 because I don't know who Moon Knight is, but his name is so whimsical, so I'm intrigued. Marvel, Moon Knight. Oh, he's like a, I don't know why I was picturing like a happy little man, like a round moon with legs and arms. Clearly that's not what this is. Okay, I'm putting it back down to 0 because Moon Knight is not what I dreamt he would be. I'm going to guess that you guys care like 6 out of 10 about all these announcements because like there's so much Marvel content, but people keep gobbling it up. So like clearly some people are really, really excited. New Lizzie McGuire series, I care like 5 out of 10 because I did predict that on Twitter, and like I feel good to be right. But other than that, no, I don't think I'm going to watch this. The Muppets short form series, I care 6 out of 10 because I like the Muppets, but unfortunately I kind of suspect this will be bad. Like, what do they mean short form? I want to think it's gonna be like SNL but with Muppets, but I feel like it's gonna be more like unfunny webisode with Muppets. They've always put Muppets at such a low priority that it's hard to be optimistic. They're taking them out of all the theme parks, so like Ewan McGregor made a surprise appearance to announce his return as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a new untitled series. Oh no! It's a series. I heard about this, but I didn't know it was a series. I thought it was going to be one movie. And like maybe the movie would be on streaming. Oh no. I care 2 out of 10. I'll probably be obligated to watch it because it's a Star Wars thing, but in all honesty, I still might not watch it. This is just something I never wanted and have no interest in. I just really wish that like we could stop doing prequels and midquels of Star Wars stuff and just like make new characters. I do believe that prequels and midquels like could be good, but historically they have not been. So I would rather not have that, but at least it's on the streaming service, so like the people that want to watch it will watch it. I mean, at least if it was a movie, it's like a 2-hour investment, so I probably would check it out, but like, can you imagine sitting down for like 10 hours of that? No. They also showed a new trailer for The Mandalorian, which I will watch now. It'd be so funny if I just played the entirety of me watching this. I've never been that interested in Mandalorians like as a culture. I'm more into the futuristic space stuff or like the Jedi monks, but Mandalorians are just like warriors, so never been that into it. It's a very pretty looking show. Like, it doesn't look cheap. You can put that with the positive critic reviews. It doesn't look cheap, Jenny Nicholson. So I think they called that a trailer, but it's clearly just a teaser. So we still don't know what it's about, which like maybe it could be about good stuff. Sorry. This is a worse reaction. It was kind of cool to see the different alien species in like a TV series. So it was nice looking, and that's all we've got so far. So yeah, I probably will watch that, but I'm not like excited about it, but yeah, I hope that I'll like it and it might be good. They showed a trailer of the High School Musical, the series, and the title is so cute. Like, you can tell they're not taking themselves too seriously. So that sounds cute. I don't know, maybe I'll watch that. I think it's a movie. They also linked a trailer of that, which I will watch now.
When I heard that the high school where High School Musical was shot had never staged a production of High School Musical, the musical, I was shocked, inspired, and triggered as a millennial.
Oh God. Okay, that's enough of that. That's the first joke they went in with. Like, they were confident about that one. Yeah, I'm gonna bump that back down to like a hearty 1 out of 10. Oh God, Noelle. Noelle is this Christmas movie for Disney Plus, and it stars Anna Kendrick. They had the costumes for it at D23, so we were like staring at the costumes trying to predict its plot, and just assuming it would be really bad. I predicted that it would be about Santa's daughter who's like too straight-laced and then isn't excited to become the new Santa Claus. So she like goes to Earth and then meets a chill dude who like loves Christmas even though he lives in hardship, and then both learns about the importance of letting loose and loving Christmas and falls in love. And there's a trailer out so I can find out what the deal is and see if I was right. She is a straight-laced Christmas lady. I was wrong about the plot, but it somehow looks worse than I expected. That's getting a big 0 out of 10 on my Caro meter. There's another series called The World According to Jeff Goldblum from National Geographic, which I already don't like the memification of older celebrities, where like people will repost interview clips and be like, LOL, oh my God, he's so random. I'm so tired of the cycle of the internet having a new celebrity darling, and then the celebrity darling is like in their 60s or 70s and then says something that upsets people, and then they turn on them so viciously because they had put all their eggs in this basket of loving this celebrity, instead of just having the appropriate opinion the whole time, which is like, total neutrality in this old man you've never met. But that said, let's watch this trailer. Yeah, I wish the guy well. I'm not gonna watch it. So I care 0 out of 10, and I'm going to guess that most people care like 8 out of 10. Like, I'm gonna guess this is a selling point for some people. So for them, they probably will like it because he seems like a nice enough guy. But yeah, I'm not interested in this. Okay, the next one I've literally never heard of. It's called Encore, and I'm excited to find out what that's all about. Okay, Encore is about taking like 40-somethings and then recreating their high school musicals, which should have been called High School Musical, the series. But anyway, I feel like there are a lot of like unscripted series where you'll hear the premise and be like, what a clever idea. If that was a documentary, I would definitely watch it. But when you find out it's a series, you question their ability to be focused and to like maintain your interest. So I'm gonna give that a 3 out of 10 interest points. Oh, Lady and the Tramp. Okay, so do you ever feel like people will have these like internet favorite celebrities, and they're often like people of color who aren't getting a lot of roles, like the internet movement to get Donald Glover cast as like Spider-Man. And then the major companies will be like, we don't really want to cast that person as a lead in like a big movie because, you know, what if people are racist and don't want to watch our movie? So then instead, to like appease people, they'll just put them in some like lazy, uninteresting animated film, even though people usually like the actor for their charisma, and they're always cast in some like extremely bland and characterless role. My example here being Donald Glover in The Lion King as a personality-less Simba, and now Tessa Thompson in Lady and the Tramp. Like, what's the point of all this? And it's frustrating because then everybody who like wanted Donald Glover as Spider-Man when he was still young enough to do that are like, oh, he's Simba. Yay, it's just what I wanted. And it's like, this isn't what you wanted. How is this a fair trade-off? I think the colors of like the human world are very cute. Like it's very pretty to look at with like the soft lighting and like the pastels. Oh God. The dogs look fine until they move their mouths. Like even the 100 Deeds of Eddie McDowd didn't look quite as wrong as that. What's the point of this? Have I asked that already? I feel like I've asked that more than once. I mean, full disclosure, I'm totally gonna watch Lady and the Tramp, so I guess I better give it like an 8 out of 10. But that doesn't mean I want it. It just means it's here and now I'm going to watch it. The rest of the email is just like tiny announcements for things that we don't have trailers for yet. Another season of Clone Wars, Togo, starring Willem Dafoe. They're apparently making a film based on Stargirl, which I think I read. It was like a book fair book, and from what I recall, it was like Manic Pixie Dream Girl, but for babies. Like babies first, Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Oh my God, yeah, the rest of the Marvel series, I forgot. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, they've got a Loki, and then What If, which is like theoretical shorts. I don't know, it's hard to get excited about shorts. Unless it's like weirdo Twilight Zone Marvel stuff. That would be kind of fun. I feel like I talked so much louder with these in. They also announced the price of Disney Plus, and like everyone online was like, $70 a year, that's so cheap. Time to cancel my Netflix, because apparently nobody's heard about what happens to prices once a company successfully establishes a monopoly on a market. Subscribers can set up to 7 different profiles and choose an avatar tailored to their favorite Disney, Pixar, Marvel, or Star Wars characters. But why? All right, let's return to the email list. Some of these are just a subject line where they tell you everything you need to know, so like you don't even have to click it. Marvel Animation announces its first full-length preschool series, Marvel's Spidey and His Amazing Friends, set to debut 2021. Who needs to know about a program like this so far in pre-production? Disney Channel greenlights Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. It's all coming up, good news. I feel like this is the whimsy I was looking for. An original series based on Marvel's hit comic. Oh, well, no. She's also not a cartoon moon. But the dinosaur is more or less what I expected. Is Moon Girl related to Moon Knight. What's with all these moon people I had no idea about? I don't think they're related, but I can't tell. Alert, Disney on Broadway panel delayed. I didn't go to that panel, but that was one panel that like I could have gone to because I was in line to get some exclusive Epcot Center merchandise, and I heard an announcement like, the Disney on Broadway panel is still not full. So I guess that one didn't go so well. My understanding is it was just like looking back on them, and I don't think they announced anything new. Disney Movie Rewards announces new name and app. Who cares about that? Okay, now we're at the theme parks panel, which I did go to, but I can use this recap as my guide. The thing is, at every theme parks panel, you've got a little bit of tension that they're going to announce the closure of some ride that you really care about. In this case, everyone was really worried about Journey into Imagination, the ride that Figment's in, because at present, it's a bad ride. It used to be really good, and then they changed it and made it bad, but it's the only way to see Figment, and so everyone's kind of worried that they're just gonna get rid of it. So they began the theme parks panel by the CEO coming out and being like, good news, everyone. We're not going to demolish Spaceship Earth, which is the big golf ball that's like the mascot of Disney World. And I'm sitting there like, I didn't think you were going to do that. I'm glad, but why are you saying this? What are you demolishing? The answer is that we don't know. They didn't tell us what they're demolishing, but they did announce some new stuff. Avengers Campus coming to California and Paris. I did really care about that until I read somewhere that there were leaked plans revealing that every attraction in the land was designed so that it could last about 8 years before being easy to retheme, which to me suggests that there won't be a lot of physical decor and that it will all be screen-based so they can just switch out the ride movie when superheroes are no longer having their moment. And to me, that was really disappointing, and then I wasn't very excited anymore. So I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10, which is really high, but it's still theme park news. How much do you guys care about it? At all? Tell me in the comments. Both campuses will feature the first Disney ride-through attraction to feature Spider-Man. I'm gonna guess it's Mask on Spider-Man now that the fate of Tom Holland is uncertain. Oh, they told us what it's about there, and I was like, disappointed. The attraction will give guests a taste of what it's like to have actual superpowers as they sling webs to help Spider-Man collect spider bots that have run amok. So the stakes of this ride, despite being a theme park ride, which you can make as perilous as you want, knowing that the audience is safe, they've decided to just make it that like Peter designed tiny robots and they escaped, and now you're basically just rounding up his homework for him. There's very little threat here, and it's clearly a shooting style ride that's probably like the Toy Story one they already have. So the other one is one they announced where you get on a plane to go to Wakanda, and I believe I have footage of my real-time reaction to that.
We take an attraction.
What?
Oh, that's actually real.
Yes.
And for the very first time, we all get to step aboard a Quinjet.
Oh, it's a smuggler's ride.
I was so excited when they said new e-ticket attraction, and then when they mentioned flying in a plane, I realized it was going to be another screen-based ride with no physical sets. Avengers Campus will feature PIM Test Kitchen, where PIM Technologies is using the latest innovations to grow and shrink food. This is weird, but also, like, aside from the Marvel tie-in, the idea of eating very large or very small instances of normal food is very charming to me. So I'm kind of excited for that. I'm gonna give Giant Food Kitchen a big old 9 out of 10. And I'm gonna give the new e-ticket attraction a 3 out of 10. Oh, the next thing is the hotel, the Star Wars hotel, where you get to stay. They've announced that you get to stay on a space cruise ship, the Halcyon, which is from Chandra-La, which I believe is Hux's home planet, which makes so much sense. Like, you don't think it when you think about him, but as soon as someone like tries to tell you General Hux went on a lot of Disney cruises when he was a kid, you're like, that absolutely checks out. I'm so excited for this hotel, and I am gonna do whatever I have to do to get into this hotel, like, as soon as possible. So I'm gonna put this at like a 12 out of 10. I care so much about this. This is all I care about right now. They announced a new Disney cruise ship, about which I care 1 out of 10. I've never been on a cruise ship because I don't trust large boats. And I don't know why I would start now just because there's a new one with a new name. A hotel that's a fake spaceship cruise ship is about as much cruise action as I feel that I need. Oh, also Disney bought an island. It's an island that people live on. And now it's just owned by Disney. It's very weird. And then they told us this like it wasn't weird what they were telling us. And I was just sitting there like, man, this is weird. Timeless transformation of Epcot. All of this makes me a little bit nervous. They announced a new Mary Poppins attraction, but they carefully said attraction and not ride and didn't tell us what it is and didn't show us any concept art of the inside. So I would say I care 9 out of 10, but I also have no idea what we're getting. I hope it's not just like a show or a character meet and greet. They're opening a clone of the French Ratatouille ride in Epcot, which I care 10 out of 10 because I love Ratatouille and rides that are real rides, so that's good. They're also opening a creperie, which made me go, oh, they didn't already have a creperie? You're gonna have a Paris food cul-de-sac and not have crepes? That's incredible, but I'm glad they have it now. Beauty and the Beast sing-along, I care not at all. They're doing this bizarro thing where they're dividing Epcot into neighborhoods, and if you've seen my Buzzy video, I'm sure you as well as I love the word pavilion. And I think they're still going to have pavilions, but now they divided them into neighborhoods.
3 new neighborhoods will spring up, each celebrating a unique aspect of what makes Epcot special.
And if we're being honest, I already felt that asking guests to know the names of like 10 different pavilions was sort of a tall order. And now they're like, learn the names of 10 pavilions to know where you want to go and learn the names of the 4 neighborhoods that they're inside of. And I hate to say it, but the Imagination Pavilion where Figment lives was on the border of 2 neighborhoods and neither of them made a lot of sense for his theme. And also they have a Vacation Club lounge at the top of the Figment Pavilion, which is closing this year, and they're not saying why, and they're not saying if they're replacing it. And I feel like they're just gonna take a bulldozer and smash Figment's house to smithereens, and then we won't have Figment. So I'm not feeling great about that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh wait, no, okay. So I saw that the Land Pavilion was getting a new film, and I, for a moment, thought they were going to just get rid of their little boat ride that takes you through the greenhouse and replace it with a movie. And then I remembered they already had a movie that they closed like last year, so it's fine again, but I panicked for a minute. I would say the Epcot changes, I care 11 out of 10, which isn't to say that I'm excited for all of them, but I care in the way that you care about the time and manner of your own death. They're building a new Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which they told us is going to feature a backwards launch, which to me just makes me think it's going to either break your neck or it's going to have like some gross, greasy forehead rest that you like put your head against so it doesn't break your neck. And then are they gonna take around like a moist towelette and like wipe off this greasy forehead rest? How's that gonna work? It is a roller coaster and probably features screens, but is also at least a roller coaster. So I care 9 out of 10 about that. Also, it's called Cosmic Rewind, and I heard rumors that it's like a throwback to Peter Quill's childhood when he used to visit Epcot. So it's like a tribute to 1982 Epcot, which can only be a good thing. And maybe our boy Buzzy will wait in the queue for us. They're building a new restaurant that looks like you're eating in space called Space 220 Restaurant. And I care 10 out of 10. I'm so excited for this space restaurant. I wonder if it will be open when I next visit. I don't think so, but I can't wait to go. It's gonna be so good. The Play Pavilion is what's replacing the Wonders of Life Pavilion, the former home of Body Wars and Buzzy, and it's basically just a place to meet characters. It has like big screens with interactive games, and the lobby is like emoji themed, like Disney emoji themed. So I care not at all, but I think that kids will like it. It's really just for kids, so good for them. But personally, I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10. And it gets a 2 because maybe it'll look interesting and I'll look inside of it. And that's about it. They announced this new app called the Disney Genie, and it sounds like a good idea. It's basically like their current app, but it's for people who like can't figure out the current app because they're not tech savvy or they don't know a lot about the parks. So instead of like having to build your own itinerary, you like plug in your interests and maybe rank them in order of how much you want to do them, and then it spits out a little itinerary for you. It maybe tells you what attractions aren't crowded right now so you can run over to them. It seems like a very smart way for them to direct all of their crowd flow. But when the CEO explained it, he was like, it's called the Genie. You just tell it what you want and it scans thousands of options and tries to present appealing compromises that you might enjoy. And it's like, dude, that's not what a genie does. I already am happy with the current itinerary planning, but maybe this will help with crowding. So I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10 because good for them. They announced a new parade at Disneyland, which I feel like nobody cared about. It was like a 0 out of 10 from the crowd. And then if you're watching the live cast, if you happen to hear someone in the audience just go, "What?" then that was me, because I was very excited. In the whole time I worked there and today, it's been the same 2 parades. It's the Pixar Play Parade and the Soundsational Parade. They're all like sun faded. They've got this like early 2000s aesthetic and just don't look good. So like a new parade is a big old thumbs up from me. However, it's called the Magic Happens Parade, which literally sounds like if someone had to make a parody of a Disney parade title. Like, Magic Happens. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I care 10 out of 10 about this new ride because they're putting it in Toontown, and I love Toontown and I don't want them to get rid of it. And this means they aren't getting rid of Toontown. So yes, 10 out of 10. It might not be a very good ride. It looks like it's going to have a lot of screens. Can you tell how I feel about rides that use a lot of screens? Zootopia Land at Shanghai Disney. I can't imagine when I'm gonna go there, but I can't wait to go there and become a furry once and for all. They announced that they're going to put a Disney store section into Target, and everybody was like, yay, I love Disney. And it's like, no, this means they're closing the Disney stores at the malls. But people are excited right now. I care not at all. Is that everything? Could it be? Let's see. Yeah, I think I've completed all of it. Okay, well, it turns out that there was a lot. Wait, wasn't there a live action movies panel? Wait a second. I just skipped like the most important email. I was ready to wrap up. Disney presents upcoming live action and animated movie slate to jam-packed house. This is all caps. You don't have to tell me it was jam-packed. I couldn't get in the door. Lucasfilm, they showed a tiny teaser of The Rise of Skywalker, in which some of my bingo predictions are already coming true. The Rise of Skywalker, I care 11 out of 10, which you'll notice is actually less than the themed cruise ship Star Wars hotel, because I can actually go to that and like live it. This is a movie, but I'm still very excited about it, but a little bit more excited about the cruise ship hotel. Marvel, we're getting Black Panther 2, The Eternals, and Black Widow. I don't want to single anyone out, but I would say at this point I care about 5 out of 10 about Marvel content. It's just, it's been a while, you know? It's been a while of Marvel movies, and it's time for it to slow down. They're doing a Jungle Cruise movie, which I want to be good. So I guess I'll give that a 7 out of 10 care points, and I'm going to guess that other people care very little because it's a theme park movie and it's about the Jungle Cruise. But it could be really funny. I don't know. Oh, here's the answer to my question. Maleficent 2. The exciting follow-up to the hit 2014 film, if there's any film that didn't need a sequel. But apparently it comes out in October, so there you go. Live action Mulan, I'm excited about 7 out of 10 because I have little faith in these live action remakes, but I do really love animated Mulan, so we'll see. Oh God, a live action Cruella with Emma Stone. This feels like another one of those like meme ideas where someone tweets it and goes like, yes, that would be great. But then you find out it's actually a movie and you're like, I don't want to see that. 1 out of 10 care points. Pixar is doing a movie called Soul, which sounds conceptually kind of derivative of Inside Out. So I don't know how I feel about that. It sounds ambitious. Can I just make like a really skeptical expression? Can I just say ambitious and then go, Onward is basically, you remember Bright on Netflix? It's just bright, but for Pixar, but it's for kids, and I imagine it might actually be good. So I'm here for it. I like fantasy worlds, and it seems like it comes from a place of a lot of heart. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10. Is my scale meaningless yet? Oh, Thanksgiving 2020 action adventure, Raya and the Last Dragon. A dragon movie? Is there any concept art yet? I want to. You know what? When you hear about a dragon movie, I'm going to be honest, it all hinges on what the dragons look like. Because dragons can be really cute or really cool or look really stupid. Let's see if we have any concept art of the dragon. Oh, the dragon is a girl. It's like a beautiful My Little Pony dragon. I don't like its sassy eyebrows. That bodes ill, but I'm so here for this pretty pink dragon. I didn't realize it was like a dragon for princesses. And then the girl in it is like riding on some armadillo sloth thing. I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Frozen 2, I'm gonna give another big 11 out of 10. I care so much about Frozen 2. I'm so excited. And apparently the audience at D23 got to hear 3 of 7 all new original songs. Wow, that must have been fun to be in that room and hear those songs, which are not available online. I'm so happy for them. Well, with that, the most important email, I think I've finally actually covered everything at D23. I have to say, I wish there was a little bit more that I cared about, but also I feel like with episode 9 coming and Frozen 2 and the Star Wars Hotel, I care about all of those very much. But all of that stuff is like in the next year. And then after that, there's nothing that I care about, which is a little bleak. I just hope they don't ruin Epcot. And I wish they had announced a new like update to the Figment ride. I kind of feel like we're gonna get like a subtle blog post in a week announcing that they're closing the Figment ride, and they just didn't want to say it at D23 and get booed at by a live audience. Also, in case you were wondering, the Walt Disney Archives did not have an exhibit at D23 showcasing all the old animatronics and ride pieces, which is curious given the events of the past year. What I'm trying to say is that Buzzy was stolen. We're never getting him back. The boy is gone. Please tell me in the comments how much you cared about this entire video. And the Star Wars Land video is coming very soon and you can care about that. At least I got this Epcot shirt before they ruin it forever. You're probably wondering if I got any Tsum Tsums. And well, did I get any Tsum Tsums?